Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sanskriti and today's video is going to be the most important and special video to me because today's video is going to be on the thing that I refer as my everything, and that is my hairs. So I'm going to take you guys through my long hair journey, and I'm so excited because my hairs are my everything. As I told you guys, my hairs have been such a big part of my life. Before we get into the video, just go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. Hit a like on this video if you like seeing hair related videos, which I haven't made any hair related videos on my channel, which is crazy because I probably should. And without further ado, let's get into my long hair journey. So my hairs have been the biggest part of my life. It's my biggest obsession. It's one of the things that people notice me for. Like literally people would not remember my face, not remember what I say, not remember my voice or anything, but they will always remember my long hairs. Because people are always like, oh, I know that girl with long hairs. Like people literally talk like this about me because my hairs are just so long that people literally know me for my hairs, and I think that's such an amazing and lovely thing because my hairs are so important to me, so that when people notice it, it makes me really happy because it just means so much to me. I love my hairs, and I don't know how many times I'm going to say this in this video, but it really just, my hair means everything to me. My obsession with long hairs actually started when I was really young. Like literally I was so young I don't even remember, but I was obsessed with Rapunzel, and I always wanted as long hairs as she has, and I just couldn't wait because it doesn't happen in a day, obviously. So it was so hard for me to wait. I was like, I just want long hairs. But when I was young, I had a boy cut. Like believe it or not, but I had a boy cut, and literally when I used to go to school, I was like 4 or 5 at that time, and I had a boy cut. I used to go to school with that boy cut, and everybody used to look at me and be like, oh my gosh, she has a boy cut. And I always used to feel so awkward. And first of all, I'm an introvert, so I always feel awkward when I'm around people. But because I also had boy cut at that time, I was even more introverted and more shy and awkward in front of people in school, just because I was the only one who had a boy cut and everybody else were like having two pigtails or one ponytail or whatever, but nobody had a boy cut. So I was literally the one girl in school who had a boy cut. I just couldn't wait my hairs to grow. It was so hard for me to wait. And so I didn't realize this at the moment that I was actually looking pretty cute with that hairstyle. Like you guys must have seen the picture that I put into the screen. I used to think that I looked really weird with it at the time. Like whenever I used to look at the mirror, I literally used to cry, and I used to think that, oh my god, I have such short hairs and this is not cute at all, this is just so weird. And now when I look at that picture, I think that that picture is one of the most cutest pictures that I've ever taken in my entire life. My mom was always like, you're so cute and your hairs look so cute. Like the boy cut doesn't suit everyone, to be honest. Like not every girl looks cute with boy cut, but I used to look really cute. I really wish I realized that earlier, but I just didn't, because at the moment I was like, I want long hairs and this is not pretty at all. But yeah, that was when I was 4 and I had a boy cut at that time, and I totally hated it, even though I should have loved it because I looked pretty cute in it. But after that, in a few years, when I went to like class 2 or 3, at that time my hair started to grow really fast. And there's another thing about my hair grows really fast. I don't know what it is about. I mean, yeah, I take so much care of my hair, it's like crazy, but that could also be the reason. But I just think my hair grows really fast. It's like not normal. And so normally people's hair take a lot of time to grow, but it didn't took me that much time to grow my hair, so it was pretty fast, I think. And so when I was in class 3 and my hairs were like up to here, we used to call it the hippie cut, and honestly that hair just, it looked so cute on me. That haircut was also a cute hairstyle on me, and I actually loved that hairstyle because it just looked really nice. The hippie cut, it was like up to my shoulders, even shorter I think, but it used to look really cute on me, and I used to get a lot of compliments from people. They would be like, oh my god, this hairstyle looks so cute on you, and like, never change the hairstyle, it looks so cute on you. And I was always so happy that people love it so much on me. But I obviously had the plan in my mind that I wanted to grow my hairs as long as possible because I'm the biggest fan of Rapunzel. I always wanted long hair. So in class 4th, my hairs started to grow like a little bit longer than my shoulders. So like they were up to here, I think. And so at this time also the hairs looked pretty cute on me. I used to when I had hippie cut, I used to wear a hairband at school, and it looks so cute. I literally used to wear that hairband all the time, and like I'm obsessed with hairbands. Though I now I obviously can't wear hairbands because I have such long hairs. I can wear it for styling, but it doesn't really do anything because I have really long hairs. It just doesn't keep my hairs in place anyways. But yeah, I used to love hairbands back then. I still do, but I just can't wear it because of my long hairs. But I still have a really huge fangirl side of hairband. So yeah, that was amazing. But then when in class 4th my hair started growing up to here, I used to do 2 ponytails, and because my hairs were just growing so long, it was like this. And yeah, so I used to tie my hairs over here, and my hair used to come over here. In class 7th, I think it was, or 6th, my hair started growing really fast. That was the time when I was like, I have to grow my hair so long, and like I was really insane about it, and I just had to grow my hairs really long. And so my hairs actually like took the journey from there, and my hairs actually started to show up, like I'm actually growing that. And so I used to braid my hairs. Like that was the time when my school teachers were like, your hairs are too long to just put them in the ponytail, so you have to braid them, and that's the only way we can let you enter the school. So my mom used to braid my hairs, and then I used to go to the school with 2 braids, and it was the cutest thing ever. It used to look really good on me, and it was also very comforting because even though I had long hairs at that time as well, it was still very comforting because braids are the best hairstyles for long hairs. If your place is going to be the braid, it's the best friend for your long hairs. That's what I think. So I'm really sad that when I was young I didn't try any hairstyle, because at that time I had short hairs, but I never tried a lot of hairstyle at that time. I wish I did, because now I just can't try any hairstyle. They're just too long for anything. But yeah, so braids are the best friends of long hair, honestly. After that, in class 8th, yeah, in class 8th, a disaster happened. If you guys were waiting for that. So yeah, in class 8th, I had a friend which I don't even want to call a friend. I'm so happy that we like don't even talk anymore. It was a pretty toxic friendship, and she always used to compare herself to myself. Like, she would always compare my height to her height, and I'm like extremely tall, so she was always jealous of the fact that I'm really tall and she's not. And I've always been very skinny, and she was a little bit healthy, so she was always scared that I look a little better than her. I don't know why she was always jealous of me. I have no idea. So she was obviously jealous of my hairs as well, but I didn't notice that. And that was my biggest mistake, because one day she told me that your hairs look like cow's tail, and that's what bothered me so much. So much. It took all over my head, because at that time I was the one who used to care about what people say about me the most. Literally, I cannot get that out of my head. Like, when people say anything about me, I can't get that out of my head. And that was the childhood me, because now I just literally don't even care. Like, do whatever you want to do, say whatever you want to say, that's your thing, and I don't even care. But when I was young, I used to care about what people say about me a lot. So crazy, but I think that everybody is like that. And so I actually did this horrific thing. I actually went home, I took a scissor, and I actually ended up cutting, like, wait a second, let me show you my hair. Like this much, the end of the hair only, but like this much of my hair. So if this part is gone, then obviously the tail thing will not be there and it wouldn't look like a cow's tail. That's what was going on in my mind. But then I was like, I don't want my hair to look like a cow's tail. I cannot take that. And when I went home, I was not going to tell my mom. I was like, she's gonna be mad at me or something. But I was like, yes, my hairs are not gonna look like a cow's tail anymore. I just cut it off. But after that, when I told my mom was not mad at me, but she was like, how can you do that? Like, she was just shocked. She was like, how can you do that just because someone told you that your hair looks like a cow's tail? Like, that's the most stupid thing to do, because she was clearly jealous of your hair. And that's what I didn't knew. And so I regretted my decision very, very badly at the time. I was like, oh my god, what have I done? Why did I do that? I was so stupid. And I was so mad at myself that I did something just because somebody told me that this doesn't look right on you. But after that, my hairs obviously grew again, and now I have really long hairs. And so when I was in, like, I think I was in ninth at that time, and at that time my hairs were growing even longer, and so my teachers were like, now you have to fold your hairs. Because at that time even the braid wasn't doing the thing for it. My teachers were like, you don't only have to braid it, but you have to braid and then fold the hairs. I think it's a very famous thing, that famous hairstyle that a lot of girls do in schools these days who have really long hairs like me. So yeah, I started doing that hairstyle. My teacher was like, if you didn't fold your hairs from tomorrow, I'm gonna cut your hair. Literally, she said this, and I was terrified because I didn't want it that at all. So I just went home. I told my mom that you have to do this from tomorrow because I just can't go with long hairs like this. And she was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. People are always like, you have such long hairs, I want your hairs, I want hairs like you. And now they do not say it in a jealousy way, they say it in a complimenting way, which is so beautiful, because I love my hairs, and I would love if people admire it instead of getting jealous of it, because I know how I handle them. Okay, just having long hairs is not, it's not a fantasy thing. You have to take care of them. So like, just don't say without thinking about all of the struggles that you go through of having long hairs. But yeah, I'm really happy with my hairs, and there's no way that I'm ever cutting it. Like, I literally, whenever I used to go to the salon just with my friends, I never went to the salon for myself to get a haircut because I just never wanted to get a haircut. But I used to go to salon with my friends just to give them a company, for nothing else. But all the salon workers were like, oh, your hair is really long, would you like to get them trimmed just a little bit? And you guys know, when salon workers say a little bit, it means like at least this much. So like, I was always like, no, 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 I'm fine, I don't need that much. So yeah, it was always like that. They always wanted to cut my hairs for some reason, but I think that's their job. They say that to everyone. I'm not sure how long I want to go after this, because it's already very, very long. And it's honestly not hard for me to handle it. I'm being really honest with you. It's not hard. For me at least. I don't know about anybody else. But it's probably because I have plain hairs naturally. So I've always had plain hairs. I've never had curly hairs. I think that curly hairs are pretty difficult to handle. I don't know, but my hairs are pretty easy to do, and so I think that's the reason why I think my hairs are easy to handle. But yeah, I think I might go even longer. People are always like, you should cut your hairs at least a little bit, and I'm like, I don't see why. Honestly, that's the reason. I don't see why. The only two things that people ever notice about me is either my height, because I'm extremely tall, or my hairs, because they're also extremely long. But yeah, I'm very, very proud of my hairs because I love them. They're such an important part of me, and they complete me. I cannot be myself without my hairs. It's just one of my trademarks. I cannot be Sanskriti without my long hairs. You know, when you think about me, the first thing that comes into your head is either my long hairs or either my tall height. I'm pretty sure that's it, if you have met me in person. Now it's not fitting into the camera. I don't know. I have to like stand into the table or something, because it's not fitting. So it's up to my knee. It's like always fun to talk about my hairs, and I can talk about it forever. And I think this video is getting very, very long at this point. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in my next video.